Thank you so much for joining me, Stephen. I want to start off with a confession. Last time we met on Zoom, and I tried to record the conversation so that we could both have content, and I didn't record your audio.
All right.
I felt super embarrassed that I messed that up, and now I'm using this platform that records the audio and the video.
Perfect. Let's give it a go.
I'm also very proud of you over the last little bit because you went from creating no content to creating content quite consistently. Besides, we'll get to your text message later. But how's that been? How's that been going?
Yeah, it's fun sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I can't think of anything, and I think my main thing that still holds me back is I don't want to just put out noise.
Mm-hmm.
Like talking for the sake of talking, just to have my face on the computer screen somewhere. I have a lot of experience as a designer and creative, and I feel like there's value in sharing some of that. But yeah, I just don't want to be adding noise to an already super busy, noisy world.
I super struggle with that myself. The reason why I keep going is only so I can get better myself at content creation and speaking on the camera, but I fully resonate with that because I'm like, what am I actually contributing to this? And sure, my goals are to get more clients and to get higher paying clients, and you need to market yourself to do that. I don't know, do you kind of resonate with that?
Yeah, I mean that's the main reason I've been doing it, right? Because in this, world where now AI can do, 50% of an almost good job, it's taking away a lot of the bar has just been really lowered for what is okay to put out there.
Yeah.
But so now as a designer and creative director, trying to find more work where you can apply the expertise of sort of analyzing the creative process and delivering something unique versus a ChatGPT generated, action figure, which, it's cute, but it's also a massive drain on world resources. And anyway, that's a whole other conversation. Just trying to find a way to kind of stand out, to be available, to be, top of mind when someone's looking for somebody. So that's kind of other reasons for why I'm doing it.
Yeah. So now that you've created a bunch of content, more than you've probably ever created before, out of the stuff you have created, have you noticed any of the certain ones stand out more than the others? And I want to take the word viral out of the conversation. I think the word viral is probably used wrong. I think viral for me is, let's say a normal video of mine would get 1,000 views. If something gets 1,500 views, that extra 500, or if I have a video hit 4,000 views, to me that's viral for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So just put that context on it. So have you noticed, any of your stuff get 200 more views than normal, or whatever the metric?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote just a text post on LinkedIn 2 weeks ago, and it didn't really do anything, and then it just kind of started to snowball. I think it ended up with over 3,000 views and 2,000 people saw it or something, which is crazy. It got shared by people I've never met, and that's always a cool feeling. I think 5 different reposts. So for me, that's a big viral moment. And then I did another series of videos around Christmas time for more about the creative process and sketching and sketching out logos. And one of those really took off. One was 30,000 impressions, and had been watched for several hours, a bunch of hours, which I thought was amazing because it's a 1 minute clip. But yeah, so I want to get back to doing those as well, but I just haven't done a lot of new logos recently. So I was kind of pulling from the history.
Yeah.
Those ones did really well as well. And then some of the talking head ones are doing okay.
Those are some amazing metrics. And I think it's important to look at those metrics, and because I get discouraged all the time
Yeah.
where I'm like, what am I even doing? Like, does anyone care? Or like, am I shouting into the abyss? Like you said, the noise, adding to
Yes,
the noise.
absolutely.
Um,
That's what I'm doing.
so I would like, I would maybe like go back and analyze those ones that did exponentially better for you and try to figure out why. Like
Yeah.
why did those ones work? And then if it was the text post, like what was the opening line? How long was the post? What was the topic? What resonated with people?
Yeah. I
And
think it
then
touched on like the AI nerve
mhm,
and
mhm, mhm.
creatives, and a lot of my network is creatives. So, uh, not necessarily people who are going to hire me to do more work, but
Right.
definitely kind of identified with it.
But what I think could happen, and I struggle with this all the time too, because I don't want other photographers to necessarily be my clients because of the noise. There's so many other gear reviewers and Instagram and YouTube photographers like Peter McKinnon and stuff who I love and I look up to, but I don't necessarily want other photographers to be my client. But I
Right.
think, and I keep telling myself this, and I'm kind of feel like a hypocrite saying this because I don't follow what I'm about to say, but like I think creating content like that, potential clients will see that and take you or I as industry experts. Maybe your career or my career will have a drastic turn because we start creating this content other creatives may be viewing that you and I don't even expect our careers to take that turn.
Yeah. I mean, I've read
Um,
from other folks on LinkedIn who've said that some of their like worst performing posts actually were ones that generated them more leads than like a viral post,
mhm,
just because a random person saw it, it spoke to them. I think that's kind of the annoying part is like it's just you don't know what's gonna work,
yeah.
what's gonna not work, and like sure, a video of me sketching a logo might get a lot of views, but do those views mean anything, or are they just people who like to watch a slow motion or a fast motion, sketch video? I don't know,
or
but
or will the right client see it, you know?
yeah,
So if those videos are doing really well for you, and like I said, really well for you, like really well is on a scale. um if you've, I don't know, if you've made 10 of them, like try making 100 and just see what happens. But I think if you like try to kill two birds with one stone, you have that souk brand as well. What
yeah.
remind me like the name of the brand? I follow it
Oh,
and stuff, but
welcome to Souk.
yeah, yeah.
Actually, I'm wearing this like sweater right now that I designed. This is Suki Sam. He's like a little statue on the way into town. And I was trying to come up with like a mascot for these t-shirts and hoodies.
I love that.
Um, but everyone who sees it likes it, but I just don't know if people here just don't know about it. But yeah, I've been working on a redesign of the Welcome to Souk initial one I did.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to figure out a way to like do a process video for that, but it's kind of niche and
But I think that's amazing. I think other people will see it, and I do think the reach will be larger than just Souk.
yeah.
Um, Especially if you find like different ways to collaborate. So there's BC Bob Cronenbauer.
Oh yeah.
Uh, um, like he's up in PG all the time, and they have their PG mascot. He's from Vernon, so he's in Vernon all the time. He does stuff in Vernon, but he lives in Mount Pleasant. And he does stuff in Vancouver all the time. So even though you may not have like have the ability to share current client work, probably because of confidentiality for that client at the time or whatever, there's probably a ton of content you can make there. But then you're kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
You're marketing yourself, but then you're also marketing this new brand and
Yeah.
bringing awareness to your community, which I think is super cool because I like seeing that stuff. And maybe you could even partner with BC Bob or have him come through and then feature the mascot, and then like potentially like your stuff would be featured as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I've had lots of stores say like, "Oh yeah, we'll take that on. We'd love to have that in our store," but it's just been a matter of like ordering enough merchandise to like stock a store, but taking that risk that it's actually all going to sell. I don't want to get left with a bunch of back stock.
Totally. There are like print on demand.
That's how I do it. Yeah.
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 Is that like an online service or?
Yeah, I have an Etsy shop. It's all
Oh,
like print
sick.
on demand. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
all loaded up. It's live. It's just quiet.
Have Have you talked about your Etsy shop? Because like I didn't know you did it through Etsy.
I haven't talked about it on LinkedIn because I've kind of just kept it on its own. I think partially because the first design I did was kind of hokey and goofy. It was basically like, "Welcome to Souk. It's not that far." Because Souk, for those who don't know, is like 35 minutes outside of Victoria. It's a really windy highway, and most of the people who live Victoria side um, don't tend to like making the drive. And so I just did this sort of cheeky, quick design that a few people have purchased, and like I've seen it around town. But I wanted to kind of refine it a bit and maybe take that cheekiness out of it and
Yeah.
see if there's more of a. So I've been working on another design um, called, because Souk is also known as like Welcome to Bear Country because there's lots of black bears out here. So I thought, oh,
With
that's
the,
kind of a cool one. So I've been doing another design called Welcome to Bear Country. Welcome to Souk, Bear Country. And it's got like a bear into the new sort of word mark I've been playing with. But I haven't found out exactly how I want to put it
well,
out yet.
I think that process, like you said, process videos did pretty well for you. I think that process of redesigning that brand, I personally like the cheekiness of it.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and also talking like Etsy, I tried opening an Etsy store and it completely failed. But I get um, content all the time about like how to make your Etsy shop successful. So you could also share like
Yeah.
Etsy shop stuff, and same thing
Well,
whether
if I
you
knew how to make it successful, I would.
but the journey
Right.
to making it
Yeah.
successful. Um, I think people that could work really well as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Everything from creating like the graphics for the banner of the Etsy shop and the T-shirts
Mm,
and you know,
right. Yeah.
another thing I
I
really
guess I
like
just
that
take that for granted because like I just can do it.
yeah, and I think like like you said, you're trying to find content ideas that aren't going to add to the noise. No one else is doing this Welcome to Souk thing,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
maybe if there is, it's one other person. So there that
Yeah.
noise isn't there, but it would still also touch on your design skills.
Yeah.
Another thing I really like that BC Bob does is so he does multiple shirts that are of the Vancouver area. So there's like an
Yeah.
Expo 86 one, and a Save On Meats one. And so I'm sure Souk has like multiple things that you could just highlight.
Yeah.
Um, Especially if you go back in history, has there been any like major events that are kind of famous within the Souk community? You could design for that. I'll try to send it or post the link below, but my friend Corby has been making shirts for Vancouver. He is more into like metal music, so he does like um, metal band shirts mixed with Vancouver things. So
Okay.
uh, Kingsgate Mall is a notorious mall in Vancouver for being a weird, dead, bizarre kind of mall, especially for a metropolitan area.
Yeah.
And so he made like a Kingsgate Mall metal band T-shirt. Things like that I think are
Yeah, that's
super
cool.
unique, and that's authentic. Metal is authentic to him. You'd be
Yeah.
authentic. You'd be authentic to you, and I think that's great. Yeah, so I was just thinking. So you texted me the other day that you would have thought you would have gotten more traction with the content you creating have been creating, but I actually just want to encourage you that I think you're on the right path, and I think part of the journey is learning. Uh, I'm still very much on this journey because like I'm working on
Yeah.
YouTube. I'm working on a YouTube video right now, and I started my YouTube channel 10 years ago, and I have 190 subscribers. Like it's nothing, and part of that's the work I've put into it. Part of it is I just need to make 100 videos, and then I need to make 1,000 videos. So I do want to encourage you because I'm actually so excited for that. You're actually creating content where before you weren't.
Yeah. I know I looked briefly back at like the last year. It's actually didn't really start until September, or October.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past year I've had like 250,000 impressions or something overall, which is like pretty good.
I think that's super
It's like a
good.
huge number, but like it doesn't really mean anything either. Because it's like, what is an impression? Does anyone know what that means? I don't know.
Yeah, but
Somebody
I
scrolled past it and paused for half a second.
totally. But I think sometimes people need to see a brand or a company like
Yeah.
12 times. I forget what the exact stat is, but like 12 times before they make a
Mhm.
purchase. And that may be for like a can of soda pop, not signing up for a $5,000 logo or whatever your prices are.
Yeah.
And so somebody may need to see your name like 100 times, and then the company needs to
Oh
be
yeah,
ready. Then the company needs to be ready. So
totally.
I definitely encourage you to keep going. Uh, I
Well, that's like
noticed
that
you,
video I just did about the local shop that does the heat pumps. I don't know if you watched it, but
I thought that one was great because you hyped up another company. You were like, I don't know if you had like actually any affiliation to them. I know
no,
you hi-
no, I didn't. I
I know
just
you
used them.
hired them.
Yeah. But like I saw
Dude,
them around town, and basically as soon as I needed to use a heat pump company because I'd seen them because of their exposure, and I liked what I saw, like it was easy to make that decision. I didn't actually have to look up anybody else.
did anyone even like comment or like hit you up or
No, it's been a
no?
very quiet, low performing post.
Re- Repost it. I think content isn't posted and done. Like you said, you did a post the other day about like messing with the algorithm and just putting
Yeah,
random stuff out there. Algorithm could have been weird, or sometimes people need to see it twice. Repost that video.
yeah,
I would email that video to them and just be like, hey, I want to send some love because I love what you guys do.
yeah.
Like, see if
I
they'll
tried to tag
repost
them
it.
on LinkedIn, but they actually don't have a LinkedIn presence.
That's a problem.
They're a small local company. They don't care about LinkedIn.
Um, so wherever they're at, whatever their platform is,
Yeah, I did tag them on Instagram, so we'll see.
e- email it. Like, find out whoever the owner is, or I doubt there's a communications manager because small
Yeah.
local company. But dude, email it to them, repost it. Like that is, I thought it was a good one.
Thank you.
What I noticed you've been doing like this blue screen kind of thing behind you. Are you using CapCut or what are you using?
I'm using Adobe Express.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
How's that going?
I went on a LinkedIn creators call a while ago, and they were partnered with Adobe, and
Yep.
they basically were talking about all about how it was, and it just you can just automatically like remove your background super easy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
so
use I
and then you
use
can
Adobe
auto caption
Express.
too.
Yep. I use Adobe Express for a lot, but I haven't actually used it for Reels, so I should check that out.
Yeah, like you
Um,
can. They have a ton of like. I use it actually for another client of mine. I've been doing some voiceover
oh, nice.
videos. Yeah, which has been
They
cool. Like
they
the whole
have
process though, I'm like recording the voiceover, writing the script. I'm doing the. I mean, it's picking from stock video and stock footage, and then assembling it, and then picking some music background. And the only thing I'm
yeah.
not doing is showing my face because I don't want to have my face confused between the two.
That's fine. That's
But
fine. That's fine.
it's a whole new project. It's cool.
That's awesome. One of the things I love about Adobe Express is they have like a little character animation kind of thing, and you can do a voiceover for that, and then a cartoon like talks.
Oh, really? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
and
that.
so my kids really like it. If we want to do a birthday card to like, it was our uncle's birthday the other day, so we're like, Uncle Mayo, like happy birthday, and it's like a little unicorn talking.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
my
I gotta
kids
look into
really,
that.
my kids really like that one. Um, do you tag? So when you're creating something, do you tag Adobe Express, that kind of thing? Because like you never know. Same thing. Like someone at their team could see it. I always try to tag
That's
like
true.
the camera
Yeah,
equipment I'm using. I tag Premiere, Photoshop. Um,
yeah.
I follow a PR agent out of London. Actually, she moved to France now, and she got a really big boost in her career when specifically she was using Adobe Express and she tagged them, and
Oh, interesting.
someone from their team just reached out, and now she's like an Adobe Express sponsored content
Wow.
creator, speaker, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Um, and so it's just
definitely gotta start tagging them then.
you just never know who's gonna see it,
Yeah,
and um, I think you're on the right track. I think you're doing a great job from going from zero to doing it. Um, don't get
yeah.
discouraged.
Thank
But
you.
I get discouraged all
No,
the
I appreciate the
time.
encouragement. You definitely were like one of the catalysts to get me going. So
Good.
uh,
But,
I needed a boost because I just felt like frustrated that
dude,
it's I don't know.
you're not alone, and it's a weird everything right now. Weird economy,
Oh my gosh.
weird political time, weird technology time. We're we are going through some shifts that previous generations have never had to endure.
True. It's true.
Um,
Yeah.
so stand tall, stand proud. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
But
I
yeah, so
appreciate it.
go back, analyze which of the top 5 posts out of,
Yeah.
so you said you started in September. From then, which ones hit the hardest? Find out why. Like,
Yeah.
what was it? Was it time of day? Was it day of the week? Was it everything? Like,
That's kind of why I made that like jokey post the other day, because I was like, it just seems like it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Earlier in the week, like that one I wrote that kind of took off. I wrote that on Monday, 2 or 3 Mondays ago.
Yeah.
And then even this past weekend, it was still getting like likes and shares and stuff.
Yeah. I find LinkedIn, especially, sometimes it's a slow start, and then it really starts to go.
Have you noticed how cool it is the way it like travels around the world? Have you ever seen that?
No, where
Like you post something like in our time zone, and like you get likes in Vancouver and like the West Coast, and then it starts to like, I don't know why, but it seems to go like east throughout the night, and then like sometimes like a day or two later, it's in like Southeast Asia or it's in like Australia, and people are seeing it there, and then it starts to come back around, and people in Vancouver are seeing it again, and it's like like corresponds with like as the world turns and as people are on their phones.
Is
I've seen that
like
a few times?
Is that just in the insights? You can see that? Or
You can see like where people are who are liking it.
Okay.
Like if you click on their profile, you're like, oh, this was like there's a woman who started following me recently in like Malaysia.
Yeah.
And, like I don't know how it popped up for her, but
what metrics? So that gets you excited is like where in the world, but like what metrics actually kind of get you excited? Is it shares? Is it comments?
I think reposts.
You love reposts, yeah.
Because that means someone liked it enough that they want their network to see it.
Yeah.
That's probably the one that's most interested. I most appreciate.
Have you ever asked for that? Have you like in a post or in a video, like start the video with like, if you find this useful, repost it, or at the end?
No, I haven't done that.
You could ask for it.
I don't know. It seems a little like.
Try though, like you said, like
it's a bit cringe. That's what
100% it is 100%. But I think there's a reason why like successful people are on YouTube. Be like, comment, subscribe. Like I think.
Yeah. And I think there's just so many things to like try to think about when you're doing it. Yeah. To me, it's more about like, did I get my message out? Did I annoy people, or was it actually useful? Those are kind of like my metrics that I'm trying to care about.
Totally. And I think you're doing it. So I don't know, maybe just try on a post or two.
All right.
Reshare it if you find it useful. Cringe is a thing for sure. But then, like you said, if the algorithm isn't working and no one sees it, who cares?
Yeah. Well, I did that silly one where I like did all my outtakes. I don't know if you saw it. I mean, like trying to pronounce.
I don't think I saw it.
Don't let your brand blend in. But it was like, don't let your blend. Don't your.
For me,
for that one. It's silly. It's like 30. It's like 30 seconds.
As a headshot photographer, saying like headshot photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah. For sure.
The metric I really like, I just like saying, so like individual posts may not do well, but I do notice when I post lots, once a day, 3 times a day, whatever.
Aggregate.
Yeah, it's like the overall posts, the overall views on my profile goes up.
Yeah.
So maybe one post gets like 90 impressions. It's like nothing, and next one gets 24. I'm like, man,
yeah,
my posts are bombing, but the overall profile views go up. Yeah, and so that's when I care about, at least to try to like not worry about, oh, my posts suck. Like no one cares about it, but it's just like, well, no, like my profile is getting more views.
Yeah, for sure. I've been averaging like about 5,000 impressions a week or so,
and so that's the one
just from like posts from before that are still active, new posts that are kind of adding on to it. That's like about the average lately, so that's kind of cool. Up like on your profile, like you were saying, profile views, and then right below it says like weekly.
So you're averaging 5,000?
Yeah,
dude, because 2,500 for me is good. So even though you think Like I was like, oh, I'm doing so well. I'm at 2,500 this week. If you're averaging five, like I think you're doing better than you think you're doing.
Maybe, yeah.
Um,
Well, not so that what does it matter, but like, what does 5,000 to me mean versus 2,500 to you, or like a million to whoever gets a million?
yeah,
You know.
I think to me it's like a game though that I do get excited. So I like
Mm-hmm.
that that exact thing that we were talking about, the post impressions. That's actually what I was talking about. That's a metric I really like seeing go up.
Yeah.
And when I'm not active, it goes to like 700, and then when I'm active, it's kind of I've had it go up to 7,000 or
Nice.
12,000 or something.
Yeah.
But to me, it's
But
kind
you
of
get
like a
that like
game.
weekly email, right? That says you had this many impressions this week.
I think I put that in the spam folder. I got too
Oh.
many. I can't read everything. So the whole point of this thing is you text me the other day, kind of feeling defeated, but I really want to encourage you because you're. I think you're doing better than you probably think you are, and it'll come. And if not, you'll get better at doing what you're doing, and then later on, that'll be a very useful skill.
Yeah, for sure.
I also really like the post of you like drawing on the wall. Like it was a big piece of paper, but you drew
Oh
like a
yeah.
head. You drew a
I've got one
hedgehog,
more to do actually. Got one more to post of that.
dude. That was like maybe it's because I have kids. I don't know. I thought it was cute, but I think that was awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
trying to figure out like what the line is for like how personal I want to share versus how professional I want to like keep it. Not that like having kids is unprofessional, but it's just more like balancing the line between expertise and like who I am as a person and like what that looks
dude,
like. So,
you're literally like speaking to me because I have well, no, you're not, but like usually my fingernails are painted, right? They're like super chipped. Sometimes I have neon green hair or pink
yeah.
hair, and so like yeah, like I totally feel that, and so I think also because I can be kind of um like an overbearing kind of person, or like sometimes my first
I
impression.
wouldn't say overbearing at all. You're just
I'm
like
trying.
you're just like a presence. Like when you're in a room, someone you like people know you're there. And that's not a bad thing.
I'm a I'm a vibe, but I can be a little.
You're a
I
vibe.
could I could be not harsh, but I could be. Some people could see me as angry. So I think for me, I purposely try to share that I'm a family man and
Hmm.
I have my kids in my life, and I purposely try to show a gentler side, and I think people will like to know that about you.
I don't see anger.
I
I don't think I've ever seen anger.
I work really hard at it. But I do
It's all
think,
grace, right?
but you have to really obviously stick within your comfort zone about posting about your kids, whether you want to show your face. And I'm not
Oh
going
yeah,
to tell
no,
you.
I'm never gonna show my kids'
I'm,
faces. Yeah,
yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I show my kids' faces a little bit. Um, but showing those behind the scenes of who you are, and I think people would love to see like your cabin and picking blackberries in front of your house there. I would try experimenting with a little bit of that personality, personal ones, and like I said, you choose whether you want to put your kids in or not. That's totally up to you. But people hire people who they like.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I like you, and I think because I know you a little bit, So I think don't be afraid to let people know you, but you can choose how far. Anyway,
But
dude, I gotta go talk about kids. I gotta go daycare pickup quite soon, but I really appreciate your jumping on a call, but also your willingness to let me film it, and I'm gonna put it out there. These conversations actually give me life, give me energy, and this is the side of creativity that I like. I like the brainstorming. I like the planning. I just happen to be a headshot photographer, and so that's kind of the content I create. But I actually really like the overall picture of growing a business and marketing. So thank you for. I feel you helped me out today.
well, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. It's been an encouragement for me as well.
Okay, good. All right, keep
All
on
right,
it, dude. All right,
take care,
peace.
Rob.